Hello everybody, this is Armstrong Hyper Sports here, back in with another video today. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be talking about the NFL and the Super Bowl that is going to be coming up this upcoming weekend. The matchup is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs facing off against the San Francisco 49ers. A matchup that I actually predicted 3 weeks ago. However, not that many people watched that video, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you didn't know that I actually ended up predicting that properly. I didn't get every single matchup correctly, but I did get the end result, and I'm pretty proud of myself for that. San Francisco 49ers 13-3 versus the Kansas City Chiefs 12-4. In San Francisco's latest matchups, they defeated the Minnesota Vikings 27-10 and the Green Bay Packers 37-20. As for their opponent from the AFC, the Kansas City Chiefs, 12-4. In their two matchups so far, they have faced the Houston Texans, where they ended up winning in a fiery comeback shootout, 51-33. And then in the conference matchup to win the AFC against the Tennessee Titans, 35-24. So, who do I think will be able to end up taking away this matchup? Well, let's look at some of the stats. Starting off, we have Kansas City's running attack. After being able to win the AFC last week against an incredibly brutalizing rushing attack by the Tennessee Titans with the wrecking ball Derrick Henry, the bulldozer, some people call him, the Kansas City rush defense managed to hold him to only 69 yards. Yeah, 69. So, Kansas City has a little bit of experience shutting down very, very, very good rushing attacks, which is going to be really important this upcoming weekend against this brutal San Francisco 49ers running attack that has been running over their opponents ever since the beginning of the season. However, how will the Kansas City attack be able to keep up with San Fran? Easily, the passing game. Patrick Mahomes has been one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL for multiple years now, being one of the front runners in touchdowns and pretty much every single category you can think of. What makes Mahomes so special? Well, a lot of people would say this incredibly fascinating receiving core. The Kansas City Chiefs have 3 receivers over 100 yards so far this postseason, which includes former Buffalo Bills wide receiver Sammy Watkins, tight end Travis Kelce, and wide receiver Tyreek Henry. This incredible receiving core has been able to open up so many options for Patrick Mahomes. You can easily pass the ball over to Travis Kelce. Great hands, great for scoring those third downs in those tight situations. You can throw the long bomb to the speedy Tyreek Hill, which is really impressive if you want to add up a points really quickly. Also, Sammy Watkins, who has been the leading receiver in receiving yards so far this postseason for the Kansas City 49ers. He's going to also have a very productive night, in my own opinion. However, this Kansas City offense is going to have to face off against a San Francisco 49ers defense, which was one of the best in the regular season, featuring superstars like Richard Sherman, Cahal Williams at quarterback. These two are going to be instructed with the task of trying to shut down Tyreek Hill and Sammy Watkins. A very, very difficult task. And I do believe that these two will be able to loosen up the gears of this incredibly talented Chiefs offense. However, I do believe Richard Sherman, who is one of the best quarterbacks in the league, 2 interceptions already in his 2 games in the postseason, will have a very impressive time this upcoming week in shutting down this Kansas City rushing attack. The question is, Cahal Williams, Richard Sherman, who do they want to match them up with? Would you rather place Richard Sherman, the speedy quarterback, with the speedy wide receiver and Tyreek Hill, and then let Cahal Williams take the slot receiver and Sammy Watkins? Or will you have them rotating? I'm not sure. You also have quarterback Emmanuel Mosley, who is also very impressive in his games. As far as trying to get Patrick Mahomes uncomfortable so that he maybe rushes a couple of these passes and maybe doesn't quite give Tyreek Henry the time he needs and able to create the space between him and Sherman or Kawan Williams. That passing threat is known as Nick Bosa. So far in his 2 postseason games, 3 tackles for loss. This guy is a beast. He will run over your O-line 24/7. I'm expecting for him to cause lots of problems for Patrick Mahomes, which could end up with Patrick Mahomes rushing his passes, throwing it into double coverage. All Richard Sherman and Kawan Williams have to do is shut down their corresponding receiver. If I was the 49ers, they would play man-to-man coverage and give Nick Bosa enough time to get to the quarterback. Maybe it'll turn out in a sack, maybe it will turn out in Patrick Mahomes trying to run the football, or maybe a throw into an interception / double coverage / whatever the 49ers have planned. However, the thing that I don't like about this Kansas City offense is it's very one-sided. They don't have a running threat. They simply don't have a running threat. In the postseason, their lead rusher is Patrick Mahomes with 106 yards. That's not gonna cut it. When your quarterback is the leader in passing and rushing, you know you have a problem in the rushing game. Meaning, if Richard Sherman and Kawan Williams are able to shut down the receivers for long enough and force Patrick Mahomes out of the pocket, it's going to cause some serious problems for this Chiefs offense. Moving on to the opposite side of the spectrum, San Fran's offense versus Kansas City's defense. Now, the main pass rusher that Jimmy Garoppolo is going to have to worry about is former Seattle Seahawk Frank Clark. So far in his 2 postseason games, 4 sacks and 4 tackles for loss. This guy has been a beast in his games, and he especially did a really good job in Houston at getting Deshaun Watson off of his game a little bit, especially in the back half of the game. As for the offense for the San Francisco 49ers, I need to talk about this pass rush. Kevin Coleman and Raheem Mostert. Whoever you want to run, these two are going to light it up. However, the 49ers didn't have a little bit of a problem afoot. You see, Kevin Coleman was injured in the divisional round against the Minnesota Vikings, which led him to be inactive in the conference finale versus the Green Bay Packers. However, to a lot of people's misunderstanding, this did not catch the 49ers off guard, as they still stuck with their run-first mindset with Raheem Mostert. Now, I've always thought really highly of Raheem Mostert. However, a lot of other people around the league have not. In this game, he really proved everybody wrong, with an incredible 4 touchdowns and 220 yards rushing. This guy was an absolute beast. However, one of the misunderstandings, Jimmy Garoppolo only threw the ball 8 times and only got 6 completions. This was a run-heavy offense. And when I say run-heavy offense, I don't mean 60-40, I don't mean 70-30. I mean basically 90-10. 99-1. Like, this was just rush. Like, I can't believe how much rush it is. So much that some people are even giving Jimmy Garoppolo flack for being carried to the Super Bowl. And now some people are wondering if this Kansas City D is able to shut down the tandem of Mostert and Coleman. That is, if Coleman is able to play. There's some talk that he's able to. If not, they have to try to shut down Mostert. And if they're really unlucky, you have to try to shut down both. But trust me, this 49ers offense has no problem passing the ball. Remember their incredible shootout win versus the New Orleans Saints in the regular season? That was all on Jimmy G. Jimmy G managed to actually keep up with Drew Brees. So, just in case if this San Francisco 49ers running attack is not able to get the job done against this Kansas City run stopping, which includes linebacker Damian Wilson and safety Daniel Sorensen, then trust me, the 49ers will have no problem running the ball with Jimmy Garoppolo / Jimmy Jesus. With all of this said, I do believe that the 49ers will be able to win the Super Bowl this year. I said it in my original video, and I'm saying it again now. The 49ers have an unstoppable pass rush. I do not believe, I said that 3 weeks ago and I'm saying it again today. Nick Bosa is going to be able to get Patrick Mahomes out of the pocket and running the ball. And with this incredible secondary of the San Francisco 49ers, which includes two incredible cornerbacks in Richard Sherman and K'Waun Williams, all they have to do is keep Tyreek Hill and Sammy Watkins and Travis Kelce. All they need to do is keep those three under wraps long enough for Nick Bosa to be able to get to Patrick Mahomes and get the sack. That or get Patrick Mahomes running out of the pocket, which is not the way that the Kansas City Chiefs are wanting to play this. Patrick Mahomes is going to want to get the ball off quickly. Expect Travis Kelce to get a lot of targets to try and stay away from incredible quarterbacks like Richard Sherman and K'Waun Williams. Expect a lot of passes up the middle to Travis Kelce and trying to just grind out the game as much as humanly possible and trying to keep the San Francisco 49ers rushing attack off the field as long as humanly possible. I do believe that Frank Clark is going to be able to keep it semi-interesting for Jimmy Garoppolo. But if the San Francisco 49ers ever do, they have that versatility. They can either go super run heavy with Raheem Mostert or Tevin Coleman if he is able to play, or they can just keep on passing the ball like crazy with Jimmy Garoppolo to this actually really impressive receiving core, which includes receivers like Emmanuel Sanders and a lot of other guys. I do believe that the San Francisco 49ers will be able to win this Super Bowl. It's going to be a running game. It's going to be a very close grind. Give me San Fran by a touchdown. Let's say 37-30. Thank you, and I will see all of you guys in the next episode. Please smash the like button if you enjoyed this video, and smash the subscribe button if you want to see my next new videos coming out weekly. Thank you. Armstrong Hyper Sports, signing out.